what happens when you let others decide how you run your life. Lucy Cross writes a story about relationships, being young and being controlled by others, in the sin bin of Lucy's heart.
The story reflects a relationship between two teenage girls, where one of the girls is leading the other to do things she wouldn't normally do. The story is told from Lucy's point of view, and is an insight to what it's like when your friend is also the one who pressures you, or even bullies you the most. The story is expressed through inner monologue and memories.
Our narrator, Lucy, is, or at least used to be, the perfect grade 8 student. She's really smart, and maybe the smartest girl in school. But since she met her new friend Bethan, she has changed her behavior and become another version of herself. She seems to be easily manipulated by her friend, and she becomes willing to do things in order to gain popularity and to impress this girl Bethan.
There's still a part of her that wants to get good grades, but the part that wants to impress Bethan is stronger, and it makes her do things she wouldn't normally do, such as hitting an old friend for no other reason than to prove something. On page 3, line 6, it says, "I couldn't look Penny in the eye because I didn't want to see her confusion. We've been quite close before." And then she says, "I think that's why Bethan made me do it, to prove there wasn't anyone in the way of our friendship." She ends up in detention for hitting Penny, and this is where the story takes place.
And further down the page, she says that she actually didn't know why she was hitting her. Lucy seems to have her own opinion about a lot of things. When Bethan says something that is contradictory to her own thoughts, she never openly disagrees.
Contradictory.
Yeah. She only says what Bethan wants to hear. But Bethan also seems to make Lucy nervous. Lucy don't always want to be around Bethan. She seems to be under a lot of pressure whenever she is with her. But for some reason she finds it worth it.
The heart which Lucy draws in the beginning is a hard and edgy looking heart. Lucy is thinking how the heart looks rubbish. She's using really hard lines and really light lines, suggesting a kind of imbalance. She draws the heart with very tar in the arteries, the way her heart might end up looking if she smokes, if she keeps up her ways with Bethan.
The heart might be a visual representation of the position of the two girls' friendship. Just as smoking, drinking and other lifestyles habits can be bad for you, also can an unhealthy relationship be. And the body or mind can work in the long run. So the moment where the relationship might fail is represented when Lucy's pencils go through the paper and impales the heart.
Lucy then goes on to drawing a healthy heart, and she knows that if she cuts her relationship with Bethan, she could have a healthy heart and a good life, but even though she knows this, Lucy chooses to throw her good life in the trash can, like the heart and the paper she chucks away.
You have to think about who you're surrounding yourself with, and which effect or influence they have on you. And if you feel that you are pressured or bullied into doing something you know isn't right, don't do it. People should never have so much power over someone. Like when Lucy was hitting her old friend, she knew it was wrong, but she did it anyway just because Bethan wanted her to. And the same with the makeup situation. When Bethan told Lucy to start wearing blue eyeliner just because it was in, she did it. No questions asked. She even hid it from her mother.
Things as recognition, prestige, and popularity often become more important when you're a teenager, and sometimes you do crazy things to achieve some of these things. It's easy to let yourself lead by someone else, especially if it comes with benefits such as popularity.
Here's Lucy, a classic example of what it's like to be young and how hard it could be to find out who you really are and to navigate through relationships. It's easy to get influenced by others when you don't quite know who you are yet.
Old friends are easily replaced by new friends at this age, maybe because of different interests, or like in Lucy's case, to become one of the popular kids. But it's important to choose carefully. Real friends are supportive, a good influence, and do not force you to do things you don't want to. And there should always be room for your own ideas and individuality.